Welcome to baatpachisi. On baatpachisi, we are discussing a very important and exciting topic: the role of India in new world order. And for a very long time, it has been assumed that India didn't have much say in the world order. Panchashil and all that didn't acquire that kind of a stage, but now in present time there are so many factors which are present in Indian economy, Indian politics, Indian society, which are trying to redefine India in a newer way, the kind of economic milestone which are being achieved, and flowing from that, what will be the new. First you have to be economic superpower, you have to be economic standing, only then you can have a place in the world power. So to discuss that with this very well known friend, and who is there on baatpachisi for many times, discussing various very complex geopolitical and social and political issues, is Dr. Nijat Rawat. Dr. Nijat Rawat, welcome to baatpachisi. We are pleasure to have you here to discuss this new world order. So, can you please define us for our viewer what is the new world order, and what kind of a role India can have in this new order?
Thank you, Madhavji, for inviting me for this wonderful, Path program. And I'm glad today you are having a topic to discuss which has relevance in today's environment more than anything else. So, what is new world order that we all are talking about, and then we say what is the role going to be for India, what are the opportunities that exist.
Right.
See, the established world order was about North considered being as a developed countries and South being developing economies, along with this is part of the world is more developed, and this is the way America is going to rule, dictate the geopolitics, the economics, and everything. So now suddenly there is a change because in past 2 decades, if you see, the China was assuming and playing a more important role in while becoming a factory for the world in a way, of course, which is the help of the Western world. So the rise of China was not impacting so much of the new world order, but the moment Chinese people started, getting some benefits, and where things were, about to turn into that direction, the COVID revealed so many weaknesses in that system. And then all over the world, people, those who are expecting to take this world towards a freer world and towards economic development, they realize that too much dependence on one country, and that to a country which is so much of a closed economy. So that made them a very, fearful about the whole exercise. And that is why this transition in manufacturing base, financial supply, and all this, along with the being in India becoming a youngest nation and highest populated country now. So replacing India and China in many ways. So that is creating some kind of impact in established world order, and that is what we refer to the new world order today.
Right, Dr. Neeraj Rao. There is something important which we have discussed sometime is watershed moment in geopolitical situation, where because of the COVID outbreak of a very humongous and global level, which affected every country, their society, families, economy, politics in a larger way. So in so many ways, the blame was going back to China. Though China, mounted a very concerted, very well funded public relation exercise to fund people in so all over the globe, to toe their line or whatever, but India emerged as a counterpoint to that by developing COVID vaccine and supplying that to the poorest of the countries who didn't have the capacity to manufacture, distribute that kind of a vaccine. So, do you think, or we can take that is the countershed moment where China, was not no longer assumed to be, a friendly country for the world, or basically for the West, the basic consumer bloc, and India emerged due to COVID crisis. Do you agree with this
Yeah,
hypothesis?
to a large extent, because you see, what I believe is this: every country, or you call it nation, they are guided by some kind of philosophies. Okay, so India, the truth about India, or rather, I'm not very comfortable about calling it India. Like I say, Bharat. The word Bharat identifies with the real spirit of Bharat that we mean it. Okay, so during COVID, what exactly happened? What made the rest of the world uncomfortable with China? It was typical those materialistic policies which the West propagated. And the real contribution of Bharat in the entire world, or entire social development, if you see, or the history of the world, is where we take this as a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And this was more probably, came in front of the people during the crisis. When you are in crisis, the generally thing is that you first of all look after yourself. Imagine during COVID time, when entire Indian population was not yet vaccinated, but India started donating it freely. While China, which is guided by, although being an Asian country, but guided by so much of materialistic policies and materialistic attitude, despite close society, and despite keeping a name of socialist, communist kind of framework, they claim. But if you are socialist or communist, you got to be humanist. Somewhere when you become, you're so loyal to your particular those words and terminologies, you stop becoming a humanity. They were started whatever inefficient vaccine they developed, they started charging. While India's vaccine was considered more effective, and we started giving it to the weaker countries and free of the cost. So that policy that shows that India is now practicing what practicing Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So this, I feel, this realization and acceptance by the rest of the world about India, the real Bharat, has given a really push to this change in this new world order which is going to be.
That's right, that's right. You have put it very, very nicely, referring to Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which is the concept which has been so long, ancient in India, So the word is for everybody, and for, everybody is equal, and everybody must have, fruits of the what a society can produce, and the pains are to be shared by everybody. But the point is that when the crisis comes, the true face of friends and foes are known.
Yep. Yeah.
So the COVID crisis was a watershed moment in globally, regionally, where certain things got established that in spite of so many shortcomings, lower economy as compared to China, lower stature in the international economic sphere because of the size and economy, India yet stepped out, created, they manufactured, COVID vaccine and distributed across the world to the poorest of the country who had no other means
Yeah.
to buy. But the issue is in India, this thing was not appreciated, nor it was recognized. That's a separate point. That is for the internal politics. But that watershed moment maybe influenced the world order in a positive words towards India. Do you agree with this
Yes, very
hypothesis?
much, very much. And that is why you see people, those who, for the sake of criticizing today's government, or even their good doings during the COVID, if they do not respect that, and if they keep on criticizing, I just don't give that much of a value. and I really avoid talking about those issues because I feel what India did for their own people, the Indian government, what I mean, did for their own people and for the rest of the world was remarkable, which has placed India at a very high pedestal in the eyes of all the investors, all the human beings, those who are still with humanity. And this is why I say this is a new world order, because it is time when in the world a lot of new definitions are emerging. For example, what is going to be the job? Does the job mean that somebody just employs me and I just go and do in 10 to 8 some kind of a work? Not necessarily. Now it is more of it that how do I support my own livelihood? So why do I need a job? To survive. So if there is economic survival, so that is what I feel when we are discussing that earlier article where it showed that 2.4 times faster IT based Indian economy, which is digital economy, has grown compared to from 2014 to 2019. And they say that it has created job opportunities or working opportunities equivalent to 62.4 million jobs.
But this is
now you see, this is remarkable, isn't it? So when you see in an economy under the present leadership, whether credit goes to them or not, this is not my issue. Present time is our performance is much better than the rest of the world. It is shown through our numbers, through the job opportunities, amount of loan that we are dispersing, and look at the NPAs which are being reduced by all the banks. Reducing NPAs of the all public sector banks.
Last year, State Bank of India earned a profit of 1 lakh crore plus.
So these things are, the world is taking note of it. The international organization taking note of it. So even if our local based so-called bracket within quotes Buddhijeevis or the intellectuals of India, we do not have to worry about that because they are not commenting on the facts. They are guided by their own political ideology or their commitment to their own self-interest. So it's time when we have to ignore them. Of course, if they're talking something sense, yes, we can talk about them, but no point. Something which is truth, which is factual, which is tangible, which is being noticed by the rest of the world, why we should not talk about this, all the good thing which is going to happen. And this is a very fortunate time for all the Indians that I just feel that in the next few years, you will see the rest of the world is going to be run by the workforce provided by the India. So there's ample, great opportunities that is lying in front of the young Indians. And we all Indians should be proud of this moment and our achievement. And what we showed to the rest of the world during COVID was remarkable. I really feel so good about and feel proud to be an Indian.
So it is said that in the coming years or the coming century, India will have a significant presence and influence in the world economy by its sheer size, which is increasing, and due to that the transformational action going on in various sectors of Indian economy, be it the infrastructure sector, be it the financial sector, banking, manufacturing, defense manufacturing, and long pending projects. जो Bombay जो harbor link project. Absolutely. It was conceived in early 60s.
Imagine. Yeah.
But it could only be completed in 2023 is a stamp of the difference which is there was in the past from the current dispensation and their action oriented thinking and execution.
See, this is what I say, that present government under the leadership of Modi ji is not doing something brand new. They are actually working on all the same policies which were lying in boxes or in their files for past so many years. They have just put them in open and they are taking it forward and bringing the whole benefits to the common man. This is the real thing which is happening. So the earlier India used to talk about being socialist and this, that, but this is the real socialism is coming up now. And the biggest example for that is, for me, is this Jan Dhan Yojana ke tahat, which they opened so many of the bank accounts, and now common people those who used to depend on 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees a month kind of help, which is now reaching directly to them. So see that is something big social event, and if you ignore it and you still criticize the government for okay what they're doing, and see, this is what I say, that they are all political motivated people. So if you're talking on the facts, the world is
New
taking note.
politics, must be for the benefit of the society,
Exactly,
for the
exactly.
benefit of the country. If
Everything.
something, I mean, one thing is there, sometimes people, I really wonder because I've been involved in manufacturing, machine manufacturing, and I just don't understand that why people make fun of this Bharat train
Train.
manufacturing, which was manufacturing in India for within 18 months. It is such a remarkable,
Achievement.
achievement which was never attempted because the bureaucracy never wanted to take any risk, and neither the political leadership was trying to promote talent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
See,
person who made this Vande Bharat train possible, Sudhanshu Mani, he has proposed it years ahead. And when they went to the Prime Minister and said that they are going to import the train, and he simply said that why can't we do it? क्यों हम नहीं बना सकते, can't we make it? Then the things went back, and the Sudhanshu money was put into the project, and he created the train with 80% of the component design from best of the people across the world. And this has never happened in India in manufacturing. Being associated in some way with the manufacturing, I am aware that what a humongous task it is.
it is, it is, it is.
But people are making fun of it.
No,
It
no.
is strange.
So we do not have to worry about people, those who make fun. See, the important thing, that's what I mean, how this whole world order is being disrupted by India. It is we becoming highest populated nation in the world now. Still, we are the youngest nation in the world. Okay?
Yeah, yes.
So these two very important points. Now, this youngest nation and highest populated country is also gaining its confidence. The common citizens of India are gaining confidence because of whatever the reason, as you just now said, the technological development. We are able to manufacture all those coaches which are being fixed in Vande Bharat. We are able to design our own rails, on our own through companies like Taxrail and all that, and look at their performance in the stock market also. So this rise in confidence of 125 or 130 crore people itself is going to impact rest of the world. Young people are going to replace lot of countries, working forces. So they are going to be there. Our culture is going to be more accepted by rest of the people, whether by with their choice or not, but they will have to adjust things with our culture. So this is what it is giving India a very unique and specific place. Number two, as I said earlier also, it is in the Indians that common thing that we generally grow, and during crisis also we try to show our character, and which is Vasudev Kutumbakam. We practice at the world level, we practice at our colony level, we practice in our family. So this basic character of Bharat, the moment we try to put this in front, the rest of the world falls in place for us. There, everybody opens their arms for us. So the Western world, which used to propagate all the time materialistic things only, and they used to call that kind of development as a development only, is people are realizing, see, that could be achieved by anybody. Cars could be made by any country, anytime. But humans, how you can make good human beings? It is through the philosophy of the Bharat. So, which suddenly now the world is taking cognizance of this attitude. Of course, so I really feel very happy and proud at this moment that our these basic character is coming in front of the rest of the world and accepted by rest of the world. So this is I feel that this century is going to be the century of India and Bharat, more of a Bharat rather than India. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Neeraj Atar. It has been a pleasure talking to you, discussing this very, very, important and path-breaking time we are in. How the India is playing an increasing and more influential role in the world order, which is a new world order, which is there because of so many things. Our positives are happening in India. So I once again thank you and welcome to baatpachisi. We will be coming back to you to discuss on this or the related issues. So thank you very much for watching this program, and we hope that you like the program. So kindly share the link with your friends and relatives, and we'll be back with something very important and very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.